and we're filming. So today what I want to do is I want to show you how I used a jazz concept to write a heavy rock riff. So first of all, this is the riff. So in jazz, right, really often the music will change sort of key center, and that can be quite difficult to improvise over. So what people do is they pick specific notes of each chord as it changes as target notes. For example, if you're playing over a D7 chord, you might take the F sharp, which is the third of that chord, as a note that's your target note. And then when you're going to arrive to that note, instead of thinking about what scale you're playing in, you can just use chromaticism. So you could basically play a semitone above and land on that note, a semitone below. Or for example, you could do a thing where you go a semitone below, above, and then land on the note. Kind of like you surround the note before you play it. When I was working on the chorus for my song Step Outside, I sort of started with this ascending chords idea, an E5, going to a G, going to an A, going to a B, and then going to another E, an octave higher. And I was trying to think, what can I do to make that a bit more interesting? And I thought of this concept, this idea that maybe to arrive at each chord, I could surround it, kind of like a jazz improviser would do. So, for example, to get to the G, I added a G sharp and an F sharp before finally arriving at the G chord, like, you know. And then I did the same for the A, the B, the E. Later in the song, I play a guitar solo, and when I start the guitar solo, I base the notes that I choose basically exactly on the notes from the riff. So the riff, for example, it starts like this. It has this part, right? So that E chord to begin. And I'm playing this E note up here in the guitar solo. And I'm targeting the G note next, just like the E and the G chord. But what I do is I'll start on the G sharp, I slide down to the F sharp, and then when I go to play the G, to keep things a bit more rock sounding, I bend like this. So there you can see that the concept continued into the guitar solo and became a melody on its own as well. This channel ultimately is the channel for my new band, Phantom Busker, and I've been thinking for a while now, what kind of stuff can I create that's more like a long form content? And this was one of the first ideas I had for a video. Tell me what you think below. Was this interesting, or was it a little bit too technical, or not technical enough perhaps? I'd love to know what you think, and I would love to know what you guys would like to see in the future. What kind of videos would you like to see coming from here? For now, all the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.